Yo, what up, what up, what up, everyone? Gilberto Torres Jr. with Torres Boxing, and I hope you're having a great day, guys. I have not been active like that, to be honest with you guys. As you guys can see, probably go back to my last video. I've It's been about a couple months, probably at best, that I haven't really produced anything here. But not only there, but just overall in content from Torres Boxing, I've been really quiet in that area. And one of the big reasons, obviously, and I understand, some people might say, well, that was months ago, you should get over that, it's not a big deal or whatever. But as some of you might know, when my Instagram page was taken down, that was a big hit to me. A hit. It killed my spirits in a way, just because I invested a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into that. Sorry, guys, I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold. But yeah, that was discouraging, and it's like, do I really want to do it again? Do I really want to go through that effort again? I had a lot of good things coming from that page. I had a partnership with the Zone. I had famous athletes, that were following my page. Famous organizations that were following it, and for it to be taken down like that, it was just discouraging, and trying to go ahead and just be active again like that. It is a little bit discouraging, and you look at it and you say, is it really worth it? Because of everything that I invested in that. But I'm gonna put that to the side. I did want to go ahead and produce something today. I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and I know I'm late, guys. I'm gonna be late on this, but I wanted to go ahead and give my take on the Triple G Gennady Golovkin versus Sergey Derevyanchenko fight. A very, very competitive fight that we saw last Saturday. I'm sorry, I think it was the Saturday before that, October 5th, in which this fight took place at Madison Square Garden. Very fun, entertaining fight. Guys, coming into this fight, I did not expect Derevyanchenko to be someone to be slept on. I didn't think he was as big an underdog as some made him out to be. And I said it. I said it before the fight actually happened. I said this is going to be a very competitive fight. It's going to be competitive. I think I favored Triple G to win by decision. And I thought to myself, of course, Derevyanchenko, he had a chance as well, but I favored Triple G, and I said, if Triple G, I expect him to win, I favor him to win. Now, if he wins by stoppage, now that's going to be an impressive victory. Why would that have been impressive? Not only because it's a stoppage, obviously, but a stoppage over a particular type of fighter, and that's Derevyanchenko. He's a very durable fighter. He's elite level middleweight, but he hasn't held a world title. This was the second attempt at a world title. He's a very resilient, has an extensive amateur career, and I knew that Triple G was in for a tough fight. I did not expect that tough of a fight, but I knew that it wasn't going to be easy. And if Triple G scored a knockout, a stoppage win over him, then that would have been even more impressive. But we were in for a surprise, myself included. As I said, I did not expect this type of fight. I did not expect Derevyanchenko to really, dig down like that, dig deep, and give Golovkin the toughest fight of his professional career. A very, very fun, entertaining fight. And, the first round came on, and Golovkin went to work, and it was starting to look a lot like vintage Golovkin. He scored a knockdown early in the fight, and you're getting a sense that, wow, okay, cool, Golovkin's about to go for the kill. He's gonna close out the show early. But Derevyanchenko came back hard. He did not let him, he would not let up. There was no quit in Derevyanchenko, and then he got busted up pretty badly. And at first, the referee and those in the corners, some of them believe that it was, the referee Probably the most important person that should, whose opinion matters in that fight. While it was happening, he ruled it a headbutt, an accidental headbutt. But you look at the replay and you can see that was a big left hand by Golovkin that busted up Derevyanchenko. And so that was a nasty cut that Derevyanchenko sustained. And they just completely changed the landscape of the fight, the tempo, the rhythm of the fight, because it looked a little slower paced. Yes, there was some infighting going on there in the early rounds, but it looked a little bit more tamed, a little bit more controlled. But after that cut happened, instead of Derevyanchenko folding, he turned it up a notch. He dug deep. He saw the urgency that the cut caused. That was a bad cut. The cut could have led the referee or the corner or the doctors to stop the fight and wave it off. So there was a very real sense of urgency in Derevyanchenko's side that he had to do something impressive here. And let me tell you that he really proved that he is not, the big underdog that some people believe he was. He proved that he's a fighter. Not only does he have an extensive amateur career, but he's also got the heart of a champion. He went in there and he faced adversity and he fought through it. He overcame it, and he did not allow Golovkin to have his way with him. It was, it's always something to see when you have Golovkin, who at some point was known as the boogeyman of the middleweight division, who would always stalk his opponents, break them down, always cut off the ring, seek and destroy. And then you have him, having another fighter, bringing the fight to him, backing him up, hurting him. There was a big, nasty liver shot that Derevyanchenko landed there later into the rounds that really hurt Golovkin. And thankfully for Triple G, it happened in the last few seconds of the fight. I think there was less than 10 seconds to go where he took that big blow. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened had that happened early on in the round. Derevyanchenko showed the heart of a champion, and I need to be honest with myself. I need to be honest with the people that hear this, which I hope there are people that are listening to this. But I need to be honest, guys, and I have to say, from seeing it that first time, I've only seen it once. I saw it live while it was happening. I've been telling myself I want to rewatch it again. I want to see it again. But from what I saw Derevyanchenko get the victory. I did. I saw him more active, and this is the reason I want to see the fight again. Because I saw Derevyanchenko be more active. I saw him just, return fire every time Golovkin threw something. It seemed that Derevyanchenko had an answer for him. He threw back. He would not let Golovkin mount an offensive on him or a continuous offense on him. He always responded. He always kept Triple G at bay in the sense that he made Triple G respect him too. Both of these fighters, I know they respect each other. I know they respect themselves inside of that ring. But from what I saw, Derevyanchenko made sure that, yes, okay, Golovkin was throwing at him. Had he not responded, then Golovkin would clearly had unloaded more, gone at him more, and sought to hurt him. But because Derevyanchenko responded with a combination of his own, every time Triple G threw something, Golovkin knew that, hey, this is a dangerous live fighter in here, and it made it a very tough fight for him. Seeing the fight, Derevyanchenko being more active, being the aggressor at times, I saw him pick up the victory. Now, look, Triple G did finish strong. From what when I saw the fight, I saw him finish the championship round strong, and I think that matters, because that's where they're championship rounds. These are not 6, 8, 10 round fights. And so when you have championship rounds, that's where the real champions are defined. And Triple G, I felt like he finished strong those last couple rounds, and so I think that speaks to him, to his nature, and who he is as a fighter. One thing that impresses me about Golovkin is just that he also has tremendous willpower. He has the wherewithal to come back and fight. Even though he took that nasty body blow, the following round, he looked back to normal. And by the end of the fight, guys, the last minute of that fight, you could see, even in the last couple rounds, you could see that these guys had just were just exhausted. These two fighters had left it all inside of the ring. They had emptied their tanks. You weren't seeing, you were not seeing one fighter mount a continuous offense. They would throw a few punches and then they would lock up. They would hold each other, and it was evident that they were tired. They were very tired after this fight, and it was a very fun fight, entertaining fight to watch. A fight that we didn't expect necessarily. We expected, at least some of us expected, a competitive fight, but I don't think we expected a war. And that's exactly what happened that day. That was a war. Golovkin went through something. Derevyanchenko went through something. I feel like this is a type of fight that takes something out of them. It takes something away from them. They won't be the same after this fight, because this was a very tough fight, a battle of attrition, a battle of willpower, a battle of heart. And so props to both fighters. I respect both fighters, and I think we have to give them both credit for the type of fight that they gave us. Now there's the excuse for Triple G's performance being set by his co-promoter Eddie Hearn, and those in his corner that are saying that he was sick coming into the fight, that all week he was sick. And from what I hear, there was rumblings already in the media section during fight night that Golovkin was sick. And I think this was even before the fight took place, that they were saying, hey, Golovkin was feeling sick. His trainer, Jonathan Banks, actually said that he felt horrible. I think that was the exact word he used, that Triple G was feeling horrible that week on fight week. So, of course, like they say, Triple G's not going to admit that. He's not going to say, hey, yes, I was sick. Because Triple G has a very real fighter's mentality, where he's not going to make any excuses. He doesn't seem like that type of person. He'll give credit where credit is due. And but his corner, his people are saying that he was sick, so that's something to consider. Obviously, some will say, hey, that's just an excuse, he's making it up, or they're making it up. Well, but I think we do have to take it as just as something that very well could have been the case. Which I think that's why we need to see a rematch. And this is the type of fight that I would not be mad about having a rematch, especially because it was very close. Look, this fight was extremely close. I want to rewatch it because I want to be able to see, other things that maybe I wasn't looking for while the fight was happening in real time. Oh man, I'm sorry guys, I need to take some cold medicine out here. But it was close, and when it's that close, where people have different opinions, and I understand that the crowd there did really believe that Derevyanchenko won. That's why they were booing when they were giving the mic to Triple G. I agree with Lou DiBella, Sergey Derevyanchenko's promoter, that I don't think they were booing Triple G. I think they were just booing the decision. They weren't happy with it because they felt like the wrong man got the victory. And there's a good amount of people that feel like Derevyanchenko won. But that's so it's close. You also have people that felt like Triple G won. So when it's a close fight like that, and it comes down to 3 people judging the fight, they'll find themselves in the same situation. They'll be just as divided. Some might see Triple G winning, some might see Derevyanchenko winning. So it's such a close fight, and of course it's not always going to be a favorable decision by the judges. Not all people are going to like it. Why? Because they believe that another thing, and it was a close fight. So you know, when you have a fight where it's more wide, the scoring is wider, you could see that one fighter was superior to the other, and the judges picked that fighter, then of course, you know, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's reasonable. Yes, the right man won. But because it was so close, where you have different sides, some people say Triple G, some people say Derevyanchenko, and then it boils down to 3 judges at ringside, you know, it's not going to really give us the result we always want. So I do believe that this fight merits a rematch. I hope that Triple G decides to take the rematch, because obviously he's the bigger star. He's got more power in negotiations. He's got the world title now, so I feel like the ball's in his court. So I hope that he takes it. I hope he takes the rematch. If he can't get the look, and in all honesty, I would kind of want Triple G to have this rematch first before a Canelo trilogy, because I have to admit, Triple G did not look like the Triple G of old. Now, I don't want to focus too much on, oh, it's age, oh, it's because he's declining, whatever. I think Derevyanchenko deserves credit as well. Ever since Triple G started stepping up in competition, he's had tougher fights, which is a natural consequence of moving up in competition. I mean, guys, you're playing video games, right? And if you're playing on easy mode, you're gonna, you know, say you're playing UFC 3 or whatever. You play on easy mode, you're gonna be knocking everybody out left and right, probably in the first round, probably in the first 30 seconds. You put that mode on medium, hard, championship level, legendary, whatever it is, you're not going to have such an easy time. And I know this is probably not the best comparison, but it's just like anything in life, guys. You know, if you're going up in competition, then clearly, more than likely, you're not going to be able to dominate your opposition the same way you dominated lesser competition. Now, if you do it, that's truly impressive. You know, that's a great thing to do, to be able to dominate high-level opposition, to be able to knock them out. That's great, but it's not always going to happen, and I think we give too much flack to fighters that don't do that when they're actually stepping up in competition. We automatically come out with the excuse, oh, they've been exposed, oh, they're not as good, they were a hype job, and I think that's completely, that's just kind of immature thinking. I think that's not right. I think we need to understand that there are levels. And when you're going up in levels and fighting people closer to your skill set, closer to your level of competition, then you're gonna have a harder time. And because Golovkin is older, the obvious excuse that people go to is that, oh, he's old. You know, he's 37 years old. That's why he's having a hard time with these people. But we just saw that Errol Spence Jr. had a tough fight with Sean Porter, a fighter that many people thought he was going to run right through. People aren't saying that he's old. Why? Because some people don't understand that, you know, Sean Porter is a real fighter. He's a very tough fighter. You know, but I also hear people the excuse now that, oh, Errol Spence isn't as good as they say he was. You know, so I feel like we need to get out of that thinking and understand that, look, there's levels, and when the best start fighting the best, or when elite start fighting elite competition, you're gonna have competitive fights, guys. So that's where I want to leave it. I hope to see a rematch. I hope they run it back, and you know, hopefully we can get a clear victor this time around. But let me know what you guys think. Triple G did win by decision, guys. I don't even think I said that. I think I alluded to it because I know I said Derevyanchenko lost. But Triple G did win by unanimous decision. Probably wider than what many of us saw. But yeah, Triple G regains the IBF middleweight championship of the world. He is now a middleweight champion again. On his second run after his loss to Canelo Alvarez. He's back in with a championship. Realistically, he's got about 4 fights left on his DAZN contract. He said that he doesn't know if he's going to fight after that, but from what we know, Golovkin has 4 more fights left. in his contract and arguably in his career. So we'll see what's next, guys. I hope they run it back. What do you guys want to see, though? What did you think about the fight? Did you like the decision? How did you see Triple G's performance? How did you see Derevyanchenko's performance? What's next for both fighters? Let me know in the comment section, guys. I'm Junior Torres. You can call me Junior, Gilberto Torres Jr. Follow this page, subscribe to it. Go ahead and follow the website at torresboxing.com, TORRES boxing.com. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you enjoy this video content, and let me know what you guys think. Guys, till next time, God bless you. I am out.